Welcome back. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. We want to tell you about an event that focusing on uplifting girls and women of color, of course, into leadership positions. It's called Girls on the Rise 2.0, being hosted by the Kela Hall Foundation. Kela Hall, who is the president of the foundation, here this morning to tell us all about it. So glad to have you here with us. Tell us what's going on.
Thank you so much for having us today, Omar. Girls on the Rise is really an opportunity for families to come together. So far, I think I was telling you earlier that we have had so many mothers registering with their daughters. And so what the parents would do that day is they'll be mentors, and then the girls will be able to participate in 1 to 6 workshops. We're going to have 15 employers there hiring or talking about internships from Seattle Police Department. One of our longtime sponsors and partners, Seattle Fire Department, will be there. The Girl Scouts, you name it. And you know what? And actually, one of our title sponsors is the Kent Chamber of Commerce.
Wow.
The first African-American person to become the CEO, and her name's Zenobia Harris.
And so she'll be there. Tell me about why it's so important for people to have these role models, to have these experiences like this, to look forward to.
Absolutely. Well, Omar, when I think about myself, when I was in high school in Detroit, going to a Detroit public high school, I needed a Kela Hall Foundation. And so to be really transparent with you, me and my husband, once we got through our undergrad and our graduate degrees, we really wanted to give back to the community. Because we have a business, you know, when you have a business, you're making money, but we wanted to put our mouth where our money was at and give back to the community in any way that we possibly could. And girls is the center. And all girls are welcome, by the way. I know we said it's a Girls of Color conference, and it is. And the reason why we selected Girls of Color is because of the wage gap, the equity wage gap. If we start with women of color, we'll be able to trample all over that wage gap for all women.
Tell me about that wage gap. Let's talk about that a little bit. It's despairing. It's a huge gap there.
It is. It absolutely is. And so that's what I do in my profession is the wage gap conversation, to going into organizations and doing organizational development. And right now, Hispanic women are making 54 cents on the dollar.
Wow.
You know, to their counterpart.
Yeah.
And so we have to be able to close that for all women. If Hispanic women can move up that gap, then so can all women. And that's the reason why we're focusing on women of color. However, everyone's welcome. Our board of directors have women that are Asian, Caucasian, Black. We have everyone on our board, as well as our students that will be there.
It's just about uplifting and empowering people and giving them those tools. Tell me a little bit about that keynote speaker that you were talking about earlier. You guys are so excited to have her.
Absolutely. So we actually have 2 keynote speakers.
Okay.
We have Seattle Police Department, Andrea. She's going to do a self-defense class with young girls so they can be able to understand their bodies, and when they're just like walking on the street, like, don't be looking down at your cell phone. Pay attention to your surroundings. And so she's going to have that conversation. And then Seattle Fire Department, Deborah, she's one of their battalion chiefs. She's going to talk about women looking at being a firewoman. We don't think about that a lot. Now, Zenobia, she's on the panel. So we have Zenobia, and we have a lot of other wonderful women. Sadiqa Sakin, the president of the NAACP, first Muslim woman, will be on that panel as well. So that panel is going to be pretty dynamic. I'll be sitting in the audience watching those ladies.
Yeah, so inspiring, and you can just come and soak it all in.
Absolutely.
For all those people out there who have so many questions, want to know, how do I dial in? How do I get tuned into this? Give them all those details.
Absolutely. I would say register as soon as possible. Ezel's Famous Chicken is actually delivering, and they're sponsoring all the food, over 200 meals. So we want to make sure everybody can eat. So I would say register, go to kdhallfoundation.org. I see you have it up on the screen, and register. Register as soon as possible, because once we hit that 250 number, it's going to have to be first come, first serve. So
taking place at the Northwest African American Museum, of course, which is a beautiful venue as well there too. I know you guys are so excited about this.
We are. Yeah, the Kela Hall Foundation, we're here for the community. This is our one free community event we do every year, and we want to share it with everybody in Seattle and all of the expanded areas, Tacoma, Bothell. Come out.
Yeah, no excuse. Get out there and join. This sounds like a great event. Thank you so much for being here with us on this Sunday morning.
Thank you so much, Omar.